The changing seasons often lead to colds, coughs, allergies, and the dreaded flu. Joining us today is renowned dietitian Kristin Kirkpatrick, mama best-selling author, who is teaming up with Comvita to share one of the world's rarest honeys. Manuka can help soothe those nasty symptoms. You may have seen Kristin on the Today Show, NBC Nightly News, and the Dr. Oz Show, and she's a contributor to numerous publications like the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Time, Oprah, and Martha Stewart Living. Kristin, what is Manuka honey?
So Manuka honey is a type of honey. In the most simple terms, it comes from the Manuka blossoms, which are found only in some of the most remote regions of New Zealand. Now, the most interesting thing about this, Debbie, is that these blossoms only blossom a few weeks out of the year, which makes it so very rare. This is becoming such a popular way for individuals to kind of enhance their wellness is to take this type of honey. And so I think it's really important for consumers to know exactly what am I looking for to get the highest quality, to make sure it's real. That's why I am only using Comvita, recommending it to my patients, to my friends, to my family. This is as real as it gets.
What should we be looking for when buying the honey?
Yeah, so there's a few things. This is where things get a little bit tricky. This can be a pricey investment, so you want to make sure you know what to look for. So the first is you're looking for that designation or that grading system of a UMF, which stands for Unique Manuka Factor. This designation really shows that the Manuka has 3 of the main compounds that you need to get all the health benefits that we'll go into in a few minutes. That's number 1. You also want to make sure it's monofloral, which meaning it's coming from that Manuka blossom. It's not coming from that blossom and a few other flowers, right? Obviously, it should be coming from New Zealand. And what's really important for me, Debbie, is that the person who is, or company who are making the honey really has a connection with their bees, their beekeepers. Comvita has spent 45 years working closely with their bees and beekeepers to produce this UMF Manuka honey of the highest quality. It's traceable to the source. It's the one honey I have found for my patients that is truly from hive to shelf.
Kristin, how does Manuka honey help with the symptoms of a cold or flu?
So I mentioned that UMF. That UMF discusses some of those or looks at some of those compounds that are in the honey. One of those compounds actually helps with congestion, but a lot of the different compounds help with soothing an itchy throat, helping with coughing, things of that nature. I can tell you, Debbie, personally, I have 2 little boys. I always say I'm a mom first and a dietitian second. And my little boy, first week of school, had a horrible, horrible cough. I started treating him with the Comvita Kids line, and it was just really amazing. He slept better, our lives were better, he recovered earlier. So it's a really great option. That Comvita Kids line really has a lot of options for you in terms of a nighttime option, a daytime option. They have these wonderful pops. I know for my kids, it wasn't about bribing. In fact, I had to tell them like, hey, we only have so many pops in the house. So they actually saw it as something really like a treat. But it really did help them. It helped them to recover. It helped my boy to recover. So it's just so much better than some of the traditional options that we can find at the store today.
What makes Comvita Kids different than other brands?
A lot of things. Number 1, it is completely natural, completely safe. Obviously, we're using that Manuka honey, and some of the benefits of Manuka honey are going to be obviously looking at cold and congestion and itchy throat, but also looking at boosting immunity, helping with digestive support. Comvita has actually used their honey for wound healing. So it's different in the sense that we don't have some of the chemicals, artificial flavors, artificial colors that you get in other products that you might get at the store. For me, I'm all about food. I'm all about giving my family and my patients natural items that work and that taste good. Taste is important too, Debbie. Sometimes we forget about that. And it tastes great. So if you can medicate a child with something that tastes great, it makes it easier from a mom's perspective to be able to actually do that. When something tastes yucky, kid's not going to have it. In addition to that, the Comvita Kids line also has added support of vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc, which we know if you look at studies has actually helped to boost immunity as well. So all those components, in addition to the Manuka honey, really are game changers in terms of what people do. It's my secret weapon for my kids, for my family, to keep their immunity high, and it's definitely my number 1 product of choice when I want to make sure that if someone's sick or have a cough or a cold, this is what I'm going to.
As a dietitian, how can the family get their daily dose of honey?
Simple. So I've been recommending a spoonful of honey to my patients, to my friends, for the past 20 years. For my family, I use it in a variety of measures. So I will put it in little peanut butter balls that my kids take to school, right? So that's one way. I'll give it to them just as a spoonful. They love that. They ask for it. They would eat it all day long if I allowed them to. My husband is an ultra trail runner, so I will make treats or put that in his oatmeal in the morning. That really helps him, and it helps especially for him as a runner with that immune support. And then I use it in either hot water with lemon or in tea. There's so many varieties of how you can use it. In addition to that, I also will put it on my face as well as a face mask. So we know that there's some wonderful benefits there. So there's just so many uses you can have for it. Tastes great, high quality. The comvita line is really the best line. In 45 years of having this relationship with the beekeepers and the bees, and looking at all the hives they have, you can't beat it.
Kristin, what's going on with your career and your most recent book?
Things are going great. So I have a history of leading one of the nutrition departments for the top medical institution in the world, and I was able to write a book about fatty liver and help my patients with just enhancing their overall wellness. So what's really in relation to my book and my career is the fact that I want my patients to be eating food. This is why I'm such a big believer in comvita and the products that they offer, the kids line, and then even lines that you can have just regular honey. So food is a big thing for me, and eating real food. So my career is doing great because I have that ability to promote such amazing products.
Where can we go for more information and to purchase the honey?
Yeah, so to purchase, you can go to comvita.com, especially for that kids line. You can also get the comvita honey at Costco and at Whole Foods nationwide. So a lot of different options to be able to go out today and get that.
I'd like to thank you for taking the time this morning to talk with us. Have a
Thank
good
you,
day.
Debbie.